Have Insta360 finally done it and beat the DJI Pocket series? In this video we are looking at the brand new Insta360 Lunar Ultra. Is this the best pocket camera you can now get? So the DJI Pocket 3 and 4 is one of the most successful pocket cameras that you can get. Every content creator, travel vlogger has this. So now Insta360 have joined the race with their first ever pocket camera, the Lunar Ultra. In this video I'm going to show you all about this new camera, all the features, what's good about it and what's not great as well. So let's get into it. Now Insta360 really have come out swinging with this. They've packed so many features and specs into this small camera. It is truly impressive. So some of the key features about this camera: it is a 1-inch 8K sensor co-engineered with Leica. It's a dual lens, so you've got up to 12 times zoom. And one of the best features about this is at the front of it detaches. So now you have a OLED screen that has a built-in microphone. You can change all the features on this. You can stop and start recording without being anywhere near the camera. This is so cool. So the main camera is a 1-inch sensor, 20mm. It's an f1.8 aperture and it's got 14 stop to dynamic range and supports 8K 30 Dolby Vision. Now the second camera, this is a telephoto lens. It's a 1/1.3 inch sensor with an f2 aperture. It's got a 3x and a 6x lossless zoom, and you can zoom all the way out to 12 times digitally, meaning with a single camera you have a focal length range of 20mm all the way up to 240mm in a camera this small. All of those focal lengths are capable of filming in 8K, and Insta360 have finally added 10-bit video with their iLog color profile. Previously, all the Insta360 cameras were 8-bit video, and it was a big downside to their cameras. But now, this is the first Insta360 camera with 10-bit video. And as you can see from these shots, the images look beautiful, excellent dynamic range, the highlights are not blown out, the shadows are handled well, and using the iLog color profile, I was able to bring out the colors in editing and super impressed with the results. I was able to test this camera out in various locations, and you can see for yourself just how good these images look. You can press and hold to smooth and zoomly, and because you've got that 3x optical lens, which is a 60mm equivalent, this is a fantastic focal lens for both photos and videos. And you can see again at the quality here, because it's an f2, you get nice separation of the subject and the background with nice bokeh. Just look at this shot here and you wouldn't think this is captured on a pocket camera. But then because you've got these 6x, this gives you a 120mm equivalent, which is perfect for close-up portraits, giving you even more of that background blur. And this is a lossless zoom, so you're hardly losing any quality in that image. And if you need to, you can then push it all the way up to 12x, which is a 240mm. Now that is a digital zoom, so it will be cropping in on that image, so the quality is going to fall apart a bit unless it's in really good light conditions. Just having this focal range of 20mm to 240mm in 10-bit video, iLog and 8K video is absolutely incredible. Really, really impressive on the video front. But the front of the camera detaches, and this is such a clever idea. And it's one of the best features I like about this camera, because now I can use this in so many different creative ways. This now becomes, firstly, a wireless monitor. So I can control this camera from this screen without touching or being near this whatsoever. So what I did is I mounted this camera to the front of this car, I detached the front screen, and I was able to actually switch the rotation of the camera. So I could have it facing me, I could triple tap and the camera would rotate, I could change the angle, stop and start recording, I could even start tracking and zoom in and out all from this. But then because I'm sat in the car, I could use this now as a wireless microphone. I don't have to wear a microphone myself. because it's got a microphone built in, it's capturing all my audio without being anywhere near this camera. And therefore I can mount the Ultra to the front of this car, but I'm getting all of the audio from the Mic Pro. And I can now, using the remote control, literally just rotate this camera around so I can get a front view, I could get a side view, I could literally have it following me as I'm driving this car, but getting all the audio wirelessly. So I don't need to be near this camera. It's such a cool setup. And the latency as well has been spot on. So you get about a 20-meter range between the camera and the detachable screen, but I've had no issues whatsoever changing all the settings, stopping and start recording. It's really responsive. And when you finish using this as a wireless monitor, you just get this, clip it back to the front, and you're back to standard camera mode. Really good idea. And the whole camera is really nice and portable. It weighs 232 grams, so about the same weight as an iPhone 17 Pro Max. And you get this really nice protective cover with it. So it's got a button on the side, this just flips out, and then the camera can go into the front, nice and protected. So this is really well designed. And you can also actually put in some additional filters like ND filters, black mist filters, or there's also a wide angle lens which changes the focal length of this camera, and they just magnetically attach into the front of it. And I was using this black mist filter a lot, and if you actually pick up the Insta360 Lunar Ultra just with my link, you're going to get one of these black mist filters for free. The tracking on here is fantastic. So it's got Deep Track 5.0, and all you do is you double tap on the screen or you press that joystick once and it will auto identify that subject and start tracking them. And you can use these again in the different focal lengths, and then you could be tracking that subject. You could either be walking around or following that person behind, but then you could just press up on that right hand side and switch to the 3 times, the 6 times, the 12 times zoom, and still using that tracking. And you can see these shots on the screen. I was really impressed how well this worked. Even using all the telephoto ranges, it has multi-person tracking, so it can also frame multiple people in one frame and make sure that that group is always centered. And this shot here, I literally just had this mounted inside of the car. I zoomed in up to 6 times, tapped the joystick once, it identified this car here and began tracking it to get these really cool shots. So tracking on here is fantastic, and don't forget you can also activate all of this without being anywhere near the camera. Now the battery life is decent as well, so it has an integrated battery. It's a 1550 milliamp battery, and Insta360 say you're going to get 4 hours of battery life. Now I found when I was using this, I was capturing content for maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then I was then putting it in my bag or my pocket, and then I was doing this again. And if I kept on doing that, I would get about 2 to 3 hours of battery life. But most of the time I was getting the shots, and then if I would go and get a coffee in like a couple of hours, I would put this on charge. Because of the fast charging capability, you can get up to 80% in about 20 minutes. So that's my kind of workflow. I take the shots, I'll put it on charge, and I'll boost it, but I had no issue with this battery. So just think of a borderline between 2 to 3 hours of battery life on a full charge. Now on the side of the camera is an SD card slot, but if you do forget your memory card, it has 47 gigabytes of internal storage, which is a decent amount. Now you might be thinking, a camera this small with 8K, it's going to overheat. Now the camera, I was using this in some really hot conditions and it's never actually overheated on me. It does get warm. If you're using it in 8K for long periods of time, I would expect this to overheat. Now I was filming in 8K at short bursts and then in 4K majority of the time, and it's never overheated, never had any warnings on the screen. So the actual heat management of this camera is super impressive. Now it does support vertical filming, so you just rotate the camera and it will switch to vertical mode, and it supports vertical filming up to 3K 60. So you're not going to get that full 4K or 8K ability in vertical. The camera itself, the gimbal, doesn't rotate, it's just cropping in on that image. Now you've got the standard aspect ratio of 16:9, you've got 1:1, but you can also do an anamorphic crop mode as well, where it's automatically going to give you those anamorphic bars and give you that anamorphic look. And because the lens is co-engineered with Leica, it's going to give you 3 different Leica looks. So you get natural, vivid, and chrome. This is going to give you that signature Leica look in camera, so you don't have to do any editing. This is already straight out of camera. But then if you continue down this list, you get different cinematic profiles which mimic those Fujifilm looks. So you've got lots of different options. You can film in just a normal color profile. You could use these different Leica looks, the different simulations, or shoot in iLog 10-bit and then use your own color grading and video LUTs. Now on the front of the camera, you can see it's got these two buttons. These are customization buttons. So you can actually touch these and get it to do different things. So I've actually set this button here to zoom in. So I can zoom in all the way up to 12 times. And by touching this button on the right hand side, it's going to switch the orientation. So you can customize these however you wish. Now on the bottom of the camera, it doesn't have a 1/4-20, but you do get this little base in the kit. So that then gives you that 1/4-20 on the bottom. And you can see it also has these like little metal kickstands. And because of that, you can then use that as a little tripod, or you can take this off. And there's also an extendable battery which you can attach to the bottom of it. This does make the camera quite long, but the camera is now fully charged, and you can see it's lighting up now because it's charging. And again, you get a 1/4-20 on the bottom and this little stand to stand the camera up. Now photos look great. I'll put some examples on the screen. So I took these at 33 megapixel at 16:9 and 37 megapixel at 4:3. You can also get some fantastic 200 megapixel panel photos with a dedicated panel mode. Low light is also really impressive. So it has a pure video mode and you can film up to 4K 60. We know on the Ace Pro 2, the pure video mode is fantastic, same on the X5, and this is even better. Because of this new chip, the noise processing is fantastic. All of these shots are taken in pure video mode, and you can see for yourself just how good it is. It doesn't over-process that image, it doesn't look too fake, and you can still zoom in using all of the functions in pure video mode as well. Low light on this camera is a big strong point. So you can use this in daytime and get fantastic results, but then also for low light filming, it's not going to restrict you. So what things don't I like about this? Well, there's not many, but just like the Pocket series, this is not weather sealed. So it's not waterproof. You're going to have to be really careful where you're using this. I have used it in light rain, but do that at your own risk. But because it's not weather sealed, it means you are limited when it starts raining or in bad conditions. And because of this gimbal on the top of the camera, it is top heavy because it supports this dual lens. So if you do drop this, it's not going to end well. It's going to land on that gimbal. Fortunately, I've not dropped this. It is pretty nice to hold in the hand. I would use this with the wrist strap just to have a bit more protection, but you do need to be really careful when you're using this not to drop it. If you've dropped an action camera, it would be absolutely fine, you could continue, but that's one of the downsides to these cameras. And then the only other thing is it does take a couple of seconds to boot up. It's not like instant. So once the camera's off and you rotate that screen, so I'll just show you. So that's now 1, 2. So it's about 2 seconds to actually get this camera going. So you might miss the shots because of that. It's not as quick as other cameras at booting up. But overall, really impressed. This has a ton of spec. Those are the main key features on here. The best things I like about this is I love the iLog 10-bit on here. The video quality is fantastic. The telephoto range, able to get a range of 60 to 240 millimeter. And this detachable screen is genius. Being able to use this as a microphone, zoom in, change the orientation of that camera. It's a fantastic vlog camera. I think for content creators, this is a brilliant option. If you're going away on vacation, you want to take a camera with you, this is a fantastic choice. Battery life's good. Overall, Insta360 have done so well with this. Go and check it out. I'm going to put the prices on the screen now if you want to go and have a look. And don't forget, if you do pick this up with my link, you're going to get the black mist filter included for free. Let me know in the comments down below if you've got any more questions about this. There's going to be more videos coming really soon. I just wanted to focus on the key features, what I liked about it, and some of the downsides as well. But do let me know if you've got any more questions. If you did enjoy this video, do me a favour, hit that like button and subscribe. There's so many videos coming really soon. If you want to check out another one, I'm going to put it up here. See you in the next one.